Yep.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. It's funny though,
Flashback.
because don't worry, Rockstar's taking care of GTA 6's numbers, taking a hit themselves by saying, "Hey guys, we're getting in on the digital ID era." It's like, okay, cool. You're not seeing a single
No.
cent from me, which they weren't going to see that from me anyways after
Now,
destroying my GTA 5 character.
on one hand, I support them on this because moms have proven to be so beyond fucking useless at actually doing their jobs that the fact that Rockstar actually has to step in and ban children from their game, I see that as a win.
Hello.
That would, in fact, be a win if Rockstar was banned, but that's not what we're going to have.
Well, I mean, digital ID is exactly what's
No.
going. I mean, there's a reason why they're doing digital ID. I mean, obviously, it's to harvest your information, but also it's so they can ban everyone that's under the age of 18 because you're not supposed to be under the age of 18 and playing their game.
Oh,
And
sorry.
I
It's
think
also when they ban you, they ban you specifically.
Oh yeah, that too. That too. Yeah.
There's also something to be said for it being literally our own faults as consumers, as a collective. We've been so lazy and so bad at our jobs.
This is not the consumer's fault. This is stupid parents who were not intelligent enough for having kids anyways.
Yeah,
So,
no,
like,
listen, I had a
not only that.
This is
it's
the
only
fault
that.
of neglectful parenting.
Yeah, way back in the day, ESRB used to be super fucking lax and was like, what? There's cursing, blood, sex, and semi-naked people. That's like T or something, whatever. And it was assumed culturally that the parents would actually do their jobs and research the game they were purchasing for their child who wasn't allowed to purchase the game themselves because of the rating restriction. And instead, parents just bought the fucking game. And I remember getting super pissed off about this because back in the day, Oblivion used to be rated T for teen. And then parents freaked out when they saw their kids were looking at semi-nude people because they still had their underwear on. Semi-nude people because they stripped all the armor off the person. And they moms freaked out, like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you didn't tell me there's semi-nude people in here." It's like, we did. You didn't fucking listen.
In fact, it's even more fun because GameStop policy.
Yeah, I remember that. We have to list everything out to you.
12-year-old beside you. So since I think you're buying through a 12-year-old, this is the rating. Okay, you see this little box? Yeah. Would you like to read what's in that box? My favorite interaction was like, one of my coworkers like, "Ma'am, this is a rated this is a rated M game." Well, what's that mean? It means it's mature. It's 18 or up. Okay, but what does that mean? Turns it around, points at the thing. This is what's in the game, and this is why it has the rating. And the parent just side eyes their kid, like, really? Really?
I mean,
13-year-old Timmy?
I don't think it needs further explaining. I think the idea of mature for 18 and up kind of explains the game in of itself. Like, you don't really need to be maybe he's really mature. Maybe he's ready for this. It's like, I'm sorry, lady, like, look, it's just like, it's not like they're assigning these ratings willy-nilly.
Yeah.
I mean, they kind of are.
No,
they're actually really much
not. Not anymore, anyway.
They have very clear standards on what equals what.
It's been strict for like almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
Because of all the stories starting back in like 07, 08, where it's like, hey, so we know it's like there's this weird thing with this game where like it feels like there's some real like hyper violent stuff sometimes, but there's no blood. It's like, yeah, well, according to the ESRB, if we remove the blood, we can get it knocked down to a T. It's like, oh, okay, makes sense.
Yeah,
it's
weird.
Again,
hey, but we put in the option to turn the blood back on.
That was only later. That was way later. There was blood options
way later.
That was also like, you know, we're kind of really missing out on those 13, 14-year-olds begging their parents for like the more mature games. So if we add this option and put that in the marketing, maybe we can get them.
Yeah.
It's why
Maybe.
pretty much
Mortal
every
Kombat.
Warhammer game has a blood DLC
Yeah.
that you have to buy.
It's such an
That
archaic
EA
thing.
will nickel and dime you. It's still
I wanna be
infinitely
clear,
better than what
I
the
hate
Chinese
it.
use for censorship.
Yeah.
I absolutely love the turn blood to white stuff mode. That's the standard in China.
Oh God,
Oh
China.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, or like
honestly,
Well,
China
you
didn't
know,
it's
have.
that works.
the white stuff
That
mode
actually
is
kinda
actually
works.
just anime recolorings. The Chinese games themselves actually have flower petals. That's their go-to.
Lamau.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
or they just remove the blood entirely. Either
Yeah,
or.
yeah.
Oh, also, you can't have skeletons in
Yeah.
the overworld.
Yeah, no,
You
skeletons
can't
bad.
let people know.
Zombie
you can't
good,
let
skeleton bad.
Yeah, you can't. Well, you can't. The Chinese are very delicate people. You can't let them know that people die.
True.
Yeah,
Because
but
one
again,
day their
And
government
don't
will
you
use
know
them
the
as a meat
glorious
grinder.
leader Mao Zedong banned dying?
Yes.
It doesn't happen
yes.
in China anymore.
Yeah, that's why their
Glory to
population's
the
so
CCP.
Just like he
Yeah.
banned
Exactly.
buttholes.
Exactly.
Yeah, women don't poop in China. Actually, it's a
Um,
shocking
Yep.
fact.
Yeah, but listen, I went on an entire whole ass rant about how this entire problem is caused by absolutely dog shit, stupid, lazy parents. Guess
Yep.
what? I didn't get to play any T games until shock.
You were
I
teen?
hit 13.
Yeah.
And guess what? The first time my parents allowed me to play an M game, to own an M game myself,
Yeah.
was Halo 3.
That's fair.
And I had to show them what the game was. And they went and they looked at some footage of it. They gave Cortana a little bit of a side eye. And they said, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
I got started a little earlier than that, partly because I would just go to the school library, and the school library had a whole bunch of stuff by like Stephen King, and so I sort of destroyed myself in that way. So my parents simply threw their hands up and said, "Okay, well, if we don't really care, but just show us what you're getting into." And I was like, "Hey, I read a bunch of your books from your room."
Yeah, yeah.
And,
I mean, it's just like I think my first. Well, I don't know if no, Medal of Honor Allied Assault was not M. That was a T game, but I played that when I was like 6.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say a lot of, and to be clear, I played a bunch of these games. Like, I played a bunch of these games. I didn't own a bunch of these games, right?
I think Oblivion was technically my first M-rated game because of the rating change.
Chronicles of Riddick Escape from Butcher's Bay, because you could play the
never
game
played
off
Riddick.
of CD.
Oh wait, Mirror's Edge was T. Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure that was a T game, because...
Yeah, I don't know, I was like 11 or something. But yeah, that's Skyrim for me.
I mean, I wouldn't even call Halo mature. I think Halo's... I would actually rate... If I had to give a scale for ratings, I would rate Halo lower than even games like Call of Duty or Battlefield or anything, because in Halo you're shooting aliens, and to a retarded kid's mind, aliens are not people, and you know, it's a lot easier for you to explain to a child that it is a video game when you're shooting aliens and not people.
Wait,
yeah,
guys, has anybody coined the term Hispanophobic yet?
What?
Played what?
What?
Coined the term Hispanophobic? Because I think what Sneaky said is that.
Aliens, illegal aliens.
Okay, right. Yeah, sure. Anyway,
Son, I'm so glad you being brave and playing God of War at the ripe old age of 47. The first high-rated game.
Listen here.
True and real.
The very first game I played was fucking Mario and Duck Hunt. All right.
Oh, right, when that came out when you were 90?
When that came out, 90s.
He's regressing in it.
He got it for his
Oh,
centennial
man.
birthday.
He went
I'm
from
old
90 to 47 back to 60.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, shit.
Listen, man. Sign lived through.
He celebrated his 100th year anniversary.
Yeah, you
Guys, I
see-
didn't
Playing
realize he
the
had
fucking arcade.
Benjamin Button on.
Yeah, well, that sign is he lives in a paradoxical state,
Let's see.
Yeah.
Actually, when did the original God of War release on PS2? 05.
Damn.
Yeah.
That was 20 years ago.
It was.
Yeah.
That was back
So,
in the heyday
I
when
would've
they
been, like,
still
somewhere
sent
around
demo
80,
discs
right?
out for free, just randomly to mailing lists of people
Arn
who
wasn't even
Yeah.
had a
born yet.
gaming magazine.
I was, fuck off. I'm not that young.
Yeah, no, I still remember my dad when I was playing Medal of Honor for a while. And my dad one day like pulled me aside and sat me down and was like, "So you're aware it's a video game?" And I still remember the memory so fondly because I just looked at him like, "Yeah, well, you fucking stupid. Of course it's a video game." Obviously, I didn't swear because I'm like 6, but I was
yeah.
like, "Yeah,
Of course it's
obviously
fake,
it's
Dad.
a
What do you
video
mean?"
game. Duh." You're not supposed to shoot people in real life. Yeah, that kills them. Duh.
No.
It's just
No. Sneaky,
it's-
no.
It's
Like, guns
such
kill
a weird
people.
thing.
People don't kill people.
yeah, true.
Actually,
Well, unless it's a
here's-
SIG.
I would also like to yeah, I was gonna announce my new position as SIG's lawyer, but
Yeah,
cannot.
Did you
get shot? you get fired.
I legally cannot say.
Not indeed.
Um,
But yeah, no, child me didn't understand that there's people out there dumb enough to not realize that video games are video games.
Yeah.
go check out r/my boyfriend is AI.
I'm aware. Oh,
Yeah, no.
Don't worry.
Which-
Sneaky sent me a post from that the other day.
by the way,
no.
I went into my
sorry.
group chat at work. This was an amazing
that?
series of timing. Yeah, so r/my
no.
boyfriend's AI. It's an entire subreddit dedicated to women detailing their stories and relationships with their chatbot.
Oh no.
Somebody posted
Yeah.
one about
Some
the
of those posts.
AI
So
doing things.
I
your
took
girlfriend
that.
doesn't like.
and I so in a moment of amazing timing yesterday, I went to the group chat for my team and I said, "Everyone, I have terrible news for you. It is information that I must share, and it is quite awful. There is a subreddit dedicated to women dating chatbots." And like 10 seconds later, my manager posts, "At all, I'm taking off for the day. Blank manager is in charge." And then I go, "Damn, I thought that information was bad. I didn't think it was that bad."
Surprise.
I want to
Apparently
point
it
out,
was.
there was a science fiction novel from sometime in the 20s about how a lady who catches feelings for an android, I think it was by Asimov, but I'm probably wrong, manages to destroy the entire galactic political scene and cause a soft AI coup over
Yeah.
the human imperium
Yep.
because she wanted to I guess clank an android.
Yep.
Um,
Oh no. I foresee in the next 1 to 3 years, I foresee women in mass getting scammed by chatbot boyfriends controlled by some dude who like built like perfect chatbot boyfriend 9000 that the women can download an app for, and then it'll like subtly say, "Oh, you should buy this or send this here," or it'll like induce them to do retarded shit as they normally do. but basically just ends up sending a shit ton of money to the guy who created the bot.
Oh yeah.
That's
It's 100% gonna happen.
It'll take slightly longer for men because they'll need to make a robot to go with it.
No. See, here's the thing for men. They're already getting catfished. You don't need to make a robot for this. They're already getting catfished in enormous numbers. It is insane how many men are still, like, just being like, oh, what, you need $45,000 to move to the U.S. to be with me? Of course, sweetie, here you go.
Jesus.
It's
morons.
You don't need to develop an AI to scam men.
That they will do it to do it more efficiently.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it is going like I don't think it's gonna happen because it's already happening.
I mean, it's already happening. I mean, all you have to do is look at OnlyFans. OnlyFans already has, I think it was like an estimated like 16 to 20% of the women on OnlyFans are actually AI generated accounts, and they are run by some dude. But he has like a chat bot that role plays for each girl, and then another bot that's generating pictures each day for each girl. It's crazy, and they're earning already like hundreds of thousands of dollars every month. It's insane.
I mean, honestly, get in on it.
I mean, maybe.
Tempting.
It is.
For a brief while, the top 3 earners on OnlyFans, if I remember correctly, they were all managed by the same guy who was handling all of the replies.
Yes.
He was actually raking in like several $1 million, just because he was taking like a third of everything they earned, and he just managed their like social media stuff, and he had legitimately like mind fucked thousands of people into dropping. Like, I remember there was one time a guy gave a girl like $50,000 on stream, not even to do anything, just gave her like the down payment.
Look, single men are really wild with their money, and you know the I don't know what the fucking the intelligence curve is called. I know there's some fancy science word for it.
Bell curve.
Well, yeah, I know, but like, there's some word for the fact that men have more idiots and more geniuses.
Yeah,
the bell curve.
More extreme bell curve.
No, the bell curve just refers to that sort of distribution graph. I'm talking specifically about how women have a bell curve that says women are more likely to be average intelligence, and men are more likely to have a lot of idiots and a lot of geniuses.
Yes, a tendency towards the extremes. Yeah. No,
flatter bell curve.
Like I can't even say much about people spending money pretty liberally. I've got maybe 3,000 books or so in my house that I've collected over.
Well,
30
no, see,
years
there's a difference there, right? So, some men spend money on things they can display so they can show other people or enjoy them themselves. And this was then turned by men who have been consumed by the Reddit machine into Funko Pop collectors. It used to be back in the day, you know, animals you've killed, people you've killed, you know, interesting places you've been, books you've collected. Yeah, you basically to show that you've been there, you've done that. And yeah, so now people spend all their money on Funko Pops because they can't imagine a day where their dick isn't wet.
Consume.
I guess it's probably got something to do with the human brain wired to try and provide for a mate, and when you don't have a mate, try to fulfill that need, and yada yada yada, mouse experiment type stuff. But it's hella sad, man. Yeah, just I miss days when people just like collected model boats and model trains. That seems wholesome in comparison.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's effectively e-whoring.
Oh, still, speaking of that, to segue this into fanfiction,
Sure.
I was scrolling through some of the older stories I read.
Yeah.
And I found what I think is a slightly amusing trend. But
I see.
He found
the
secret knowledge
assassins.
that cannot be revealed.
Yeah, the assassins got to him.
The feds got him.
Yep.
Oh wait,
Yeah, Alvor, you cut out for the entirety of that.
To post.
Yeah, Alvor, we can't hear you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're not hearing
Gotcha.
anything you're saying.
Sorry, yeah,
so
it's
all
like
over.
you're just you were like speaking
You're
of
breaking up every
and
other
then
word at best.
Yeah,
they cut
signal's
you
bad,
off.
no pod. Yeah, so
Deleted.
that's always great. You know, I really think that there is an internet god out there who finds it really funny when people say, speaking of, or, you know, insert statement here that's ominous, and then suddenly that's the moment they get cut off. Not before that,
Yep.
not seconds later when they're half into the discussion. It's always right as they're about to say something. It's like, nope, cut him there.
It's not the like secret internet god or something. It's just the feds watching. Honestly,
Of course, it was
they're in the
always
voice
feds.
chat.
We knew
Yeah,
all along.
Any one of you could be a fed right now.
It's Arn. Or should,
You're blowing my cover. Fuck off.
or should I say Arnyan?
Oh, what the fuck have you? Oh my god, you're disgusting. You're an actual fucking monkey. I swear to God.
Well, that sounds like a story, chat.
Well, you see, he's a 5'1" cat boy.
Ah, great. Yeah.
Oh.
Just chop one off every time.
I love that.
But, like,
no.
I guess like no, Sneaky's gonna treat my height like science age.
I was about to say
It's gonna
that.
go negative at some
pretty
point.
sure.
Yeah.
Every single time I have to bring up your height, I'm just gonna remove, you know, inches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Just like
Anyway.
every time you bring up my age, you add years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just say
Yeah.
it's listen, take comfort in the fact that Sneaky's sense of humor is just that bad that that's how he amuses himself.
I mean, yeah,
He's a-
like you know.
He's a Neanderthal.
Okay, what the fuck?
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
But
good.
also,
Look,
yeah,
I gotta give him that. That's a good one. Okay.
Yeah, that one is all right. You can have that one. That's fine. Yeah.
I was scrolling through Sakura Demon Alchemist. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey,
And
AI
I
man.
could actively
AI
see
Whisperer,
her
go get us
descent into
some,
being more and more of a gooner
Neanderthals.
and raging leftist over time. Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just obvious. I mean, you know, unfortunately, these fan fiction groups effectively are just incubator pods of feel-goodism, and, you know, feel-goodism is mostly
Leftist
on one
nonsense.
side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly, I say, just to be clear, I'm not saying that the right is somehow immune from this, but there isn't a as I keep trying to tell Aeon in all of our conversations, he keeps like saying this monolithic right. I'm like, bro, there is no such thing as the monolithic right. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
It's a meme.
Listen, they're a deeply fractured bunch of idiots. They're just slightly less fractured.
If you guys can hear me,
Yes.
I actually did write a bit because I was still in academia back during sort of the peak of the alt-right on that, and
He's the glowy!
yes,
I mean,
yes, I
yeah.
am.
No.
I briefly worked at a college for about a year and change, and I said, I hate this. This is all just high school, but somehow worse, and everyone's old.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I remember speaking with the dean of my college because I was essentially writing a paper on the economics of online influencers, and I think
Right.
I even tried to object to the term influencer, but yada yada yada. And I remember I explained them, and I used millennial woes as my example.
I remember them.
Yeah. Well, the thing is millennial woes started out genuinely alt-right. Like the dude could be said to have been mid-century German adjacent in his views on things, and that's all I'll say. But the more he interacted and the more he saw that there were normal people who recognized his concerns as valid, the chiller he became over time. And I had a lot of fun explaining just the sheer variety of rightists. It was amusing. Because my professor was a refugee from Turkey because he was a liberal dissident in his home country, and he had to leave because his cousin, who was part of the military police, called him and told him, "Hey, I'm on my way to arrest you. You need to leave the country."
Good family.
So, yeah. That was a funny story that he enjoyed sharing. Funny story he shared. He usually tied it into the whole, I am the American success story. He was a liberal. He was a genuine through and through liberal, not as a leftist, but what we would call a conventional believes in the system of Western liberalism, and he would tie it in that story. Sure. And it was an enjoyable discussion because it essentially boiled down to the right is not united by anything except that there is a critique of liberalism to be made, and they can't make up their minds on what it is.
Well, they also can't make up their minds on the solution to it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course, and because the solution must be derived from the critique. Monarchists would probably suggest that the fundamental flaws boil down to the unreliability and lack of consistency of the mob's temperament. Someone who is a technocrat or a corporatist would suggest it's the layman's attempting to generalize a layman's understanding of everything to highly technical aspects. And a libertarian or a paleocon would say, I just want to be left alone and please stop trying to tax me to death. That would be nice. So it's very easy and I suppose necessary to group people into those broad categories like that. But
well, I mean, it's the separation's a lot easier. How to say this? The reason why you can say the left as a capital L left, and you can't say the right as a capital R right, when you know both groups, is because the left, regardless of whatever small niche faction they belong to, because the left is as even more broken up than the right is. But the problem is that whenever a leftist says anything, they will publicly all back him regardless of their private opinions, more or less.
Yep.
And
they march in lockstep.
Yeah, the diversity of tactics, I believe they call it.
Isn't your grandmother like the perfect example of that, where she'll back anything Democrat regardless of what
she just doesn't understand. Yeah, she's just full on. I will always vote blue. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter what they do.
Vote blue no matter who.
Yeah. Even though she got very mad several times over what the people who she voted for did, she would then vote for them again next time around.
For that.
Yeah, well,
I think my best example of that is probably SB. How they'll go from celebrating Ramadan with the Muslim crescent moon or star to Pride Month, gay pride flag logo.
Yeah, that is always a that is always a weird one. Yeah. But I actually have a funny little story before we get into the fan fiction of today. So I got a phone call, right? We get phone calls at my job, and I picked up the phone call, and it was some dude with an Indian accent saying, "We need access to this company's servers."
No.
I'm like, okay. One moment. So I call the primary of this company. I'm like, hey, we got a guy asking for access to your servers. He says he's from Company X. and she scoffs at me, and she's like, obviously let them in. They're our ERP software. I thank her and hang up, and I'm just sitting here like, lady, there's this thing called fucking lying.
Yeah.
God forbid I check in with you before I give some random fucking person claiming to be affiliated with your company access to your goddamn ERP servers.
I personally, that's suicidal. Like, that's how you lose your job and crash a business. Like, you triple confirm that kind of thing. That's
but don't you understand? You called and inconvenienced her.
Yeah, I know.
You should have just let them through.
Well, she was very huffy at me because I just got off the phone with her minutes earlier, and because she called in, she's like, "This tablet is having problems." I'm like, "Oh, what's the problem?" She's like, "Well, it can't hold a charge, even though I spent all night charging it. Its battery isn't getting bigger." I'm like,
okay, yep. Sounds like
lady.
spot.
If the battery's getting bigger, that's not a tablet; it's a bomb.
She doesn't mean physically bigger. She means
no.
The battery indicator is not going.
Yeah.
No. You say that sign. I have seen people who think that the battery is bigger. That means good before.
Yeah, that means good.
Like that.
Yeah, I've seen that shit too. And then she was also like, "Do you see this issue on the screen?" And I'm looking at the remote session, and of course, because mine's a digital session, and I don't see the actual display, I don't see the lines on the screen. And she's like, do you not see the lines on the screen? I'm like, no, I don't. That sounds like a hardware physical display issue. It means the tablet's damaged. And she's like, but I only had it in storage on the shelf for 6 months. I didn't even use it. And she just kept saying that over and over again. But I didn't use it for 6 months. And like that it's somehow devices only degrade when you use them. Like it's
literally.
like the fucking video game. Like the condition only goes down when it's in use.
Yeah. Well, if it's in the inventory, it's in hammer space, right? Time is frozen.
Yeah. And I was like, well, maybe it got bumped or something got dropped or you people stacked some stuff on it or something. And I knew I hit a nerve because she started getting really huffy when I said someone might have stacked something on top of it, which meant she stacked something on top of it. And now she's angry that I'm basically calling her out for damaging the tablet.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, can't you fix it? I'm like, no.
Yes,
I can't do anything about that.
We can replace it.
Yeah, we can. I was like, we can replace it, but
the appropriate response is define fix.
No. The appropriate response is pulling a Kung Fury and shooting them through your phone.
No, true. You know what? The second I figure that out, I'll let you all know.
Okay.
I will not be taking any calls from Sneaky in the future.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That was the immediate thought of like, no.
He just calls you and fucking immediately blasts your head.
Hey, dick fuck! Bang, bang, bang!
Hey guys, I've learned some new mind-blowing information. Bang, bang, bang.
No. Sneaky would get one of those little comedy prop guns. He'd shoot it, and then you'd have a freaking little stick with the word "bang" on the ends coming out of your phone screen.
True.
Still poke you in the fucking eye.
Advertisement: Book 1, Book 2, Book 3, roguelike death loop progression at 500,000 words. I feel like shooting myself. Speaking of, instead of reading that, let me go reread the same fucking story over 9 times as they progressively get farther in the chapter. That sounds like a great time.
Yeah.
Can I make a
suggestion? Sneaky, important question before your suggestion.
Yeah.
What alcohol do I drink?
Rum.
I have a tiny bit of Bacardi left. I also, let's say, I have tequila, I have Jägermeister,
Oh,
I
tequila
have
then.
soju. Yeah. Some other stuff as well.
Soju.
Right.
There you go.
Oh, and everyone gets a free Sign L because Sign waddled into a QQ discussion and declared that he doesn't take bait anymore. So everyone can mark off Sign L on the bingo sheet.
Specific types of bait anymore.
He only
Bait
intentionally
I know
takes the
yes.
bait
get
now.
me banned.
Yeah.
I only intentionally take the bait that it would be fun to take.
Yeah.
Without getting me banned.
Right.
Sure
Right.
thing,
I was
old
only
man, yeah.
pretending to be retarded.
Yeah, you sure got
This
us.
is
Exactly.
third-
Yes.
Third
Literally.
week in a row, not a single square for Sign L.
I know, it's crazy.
Somebody
Same.
broke the bingo sheet. Who broke the bingo sheet?
It's the Sign.
Where's the bingo sheet, actually? Where's the bingo sheet, Blink?
I think it's
It's
on
been
the pinned, yeah.
Pinned. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
got
we
it.
got it in pen.
It's on pinned.
Let's see,
Okay,
magical
that's
girls,
right.
cyberpunk, ghosts, guns, and occult, and levels. Lame. Honestly, I'm getting really tired of these gamer system books. Like, they're kind of really fucking boring. They're all samey. None of them understand why numbers bad.
Well, if they did, they would be writing that now, would they?
Well, no, because I mean, there's a new story that just came out, and I'm pretty sure it's a new pen name. I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but I don't want to say anything.
Right.
No, go ahead. Tell us. Just say.
No, because I don't remember their old name because I remember reading their stuff from like 9 years ago. Not. I recognize their style and their storytelling, not their fucking name, because I don't really pay attention to author names.
Yeah, I got you.
I remember like certain author names, like Earth Scorpion, because of that familiar Zero story, right? Yeah, that was them. Yeah, that got out of hand. That got really out of hand. Grounder, because I searched up their author name because I tried to find other stuff they were working on to see if they were still alive. They weren't. They're alive again. They weren't dead. They just stopped posting for several years. Core, because he's the Ruby section.
Prolific.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't like gamer. Anyway, new story, gamer system. It's a gamer system in the world. They use big fucking numbers, but the author mentioned the numbers once at the start to say the character is a max level character, and then they never mentioned it again. They never brought it up again. Then no one's ever like they've introduced more and more characters of different levels. They've brought up levels. But that's just as like a Pokemon sort of the bringing up levels situation of like, oh yeah, I'm level 400. That's pretty low compared to that level 700 monster. I won't be able to fight it. Like that's the most numbering they do in the story of just, yeah, I'm not a high enough level to identify this magic or fight this monster. And that's pretty much it. So it's been good so far. We'll see what happens. As a book entity, reading it was enjoyable, but they have a 3-chapter per week update style, and I'm a little bit sketchy on the per chapter update. How to say it, pacing, because like half of their chapter is usually reactions of other people to the main character who is a max level, and it's all fine and dandy when you're reading it as a completed book, like I did for the first book, because you can just keep reading into the next chapter where then it continues the story. But I'm not sure it's gonna make for a good chapter, wait 3 days chapter style.
It's not good in its serialized format.
Yeah, it's not good when you have to wait a couple days for it to actually pick up again, and then you have to wait a couple days for the reaction, and then you have to wait a couple days for the next reaction, and then you have to wait a couple days for it to actually pick up again. Yeah, I'm not sure it's gonna. It's working out great for them, just to be clear. $22,000 in the first fucking 2 months per month. It's working great for them, but I don't know. Not a huge fan of the pacing per chapter when separated like that. But anyway, let's see what else we got here. We got Code of the Solarian
Any day now.
SLIR, either an N or a V, I, N or V, A, L.
Where is this?
One of the advertisements posted by Phoenix. Book 1, Arizona.
As a small aside, does anyone read Harry Potter Squatter? Because that's another old story that
God.
So Harry Potter Squatter was good for maybe the first 40 to 50 chapters, and then rapidly devolved, in my opinion, into absolute dog shit slop.
I wouldn't even say it got 50 chapters through. I'm
That's
just
fair.
looking at it again, and I'm. It's technically competent, but I don't think at any point Harry ever acts like a child.
Oh no, he definitely acts like a child. There was one moment where the God of Magic themselves came down to teach Harry as a favor. Magic. And the God of Magic said, Harry, as the God of Magic, I have magically determined that you are not ready to learn the following spells, so I will not be teaching them to you. So then Harry throws a giant temper tantrum and demands that the God of Magic teach him those spells. And so the God of Magic says, well, all right, I guess I will. And then teaches Harry the spells, and then Harry proceeds to do the exact thing the God of Magic was worried he would do after learning those spells.
Okay, fair enough.
That sounds familiar.
Okay.
Why does that sound familiar?
I'm gonna get some salt and lime 1 second.
You do that.
No,
I have no idea why that would be familiar.
I was reading the early chapters, and I just noticed the massive power stacking. Everyone, almost everyone likes him. He inexplicably always good, if not right. It's a lot of tropes, and it's maybe it was less egregious back in the day, but right now it just feels a little heavy-handed.
It's sloppy. Yeah.
It feels like there are very few genuine consequences, because even when something goes wrong and he's in danger, you never really believe that there's any chance of anything going wrong, and I don't think
it's because pretty much every single time something goes wrong in the story, it resolves either within the chapter or within next chapter.
Mm-hmm.
In his favor,
I don't
massively.
Is there at any point any genuine permanent consequences for him?
No, 0 permanent consequences. Even after doing the thing that the God of Magic specifically said he's not supposed to do because it will permanently harm him, and he does it. And the God of Magic just happened to intervene before it permanently harmed him. And then the God of Magic said, well, if you're that impatient, I'll teach you that stuff again anyway. So even when he specifically disobeyed the God of Magic, telling him what magic he was physically capable of, and that he shouldn't do specific magics because it would literally kill him, and then when he does those specific magics, not even outside of the chapter, like it wasn't even a single chapter had passed yet before he tried doing the things he was explicitly told to not do. And the God of Magic was like, oh, wait, well, I guess I'll teach you even more now as a reward, I guess, for not listening to me.
See,
that's fucking
even
dumb.
Yes.
that just sort of turns into being a bad adult. When you have a kid that shows they can't respect boundaries, that kid needs to face consequences because otherwise they just don't learn to respect boundaries. It's like
Yes.
Yes.
So wait, you expect a fan fiction author to have any idea about child rearing?
I would hope so. Several of them
Oh.
seem parents, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I would direct
Very
you back to
unfortunate.
the earlier discussion about parental responsibility. It ain't a thing.
Well, fair enough, y'all. So I've got to sort out dinner.
All right, you take care, man.
Yeah, y'all have a good night and good luck. Oh, Sneaky, I dropped a link in the fanfiction chat to an author called Illuviar. I think that's how you say that. You might want to scroll through that, see if it gives you any ideas that jump out at you.
Sure.
I can't tell if he meant good jump or bad jump.
Who knows? But anyway, so let's see. We got a advertisement, AI generated, of course, of a Chinese man doing the button meme, where the buttons are safe, reliable system power up, or go to supermax prison with hell difficulty dungeon, learning forbidden techniques and maybe die, or get OP.
Oh, fuck me sideways. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
So last time I took tequila shots, I just did it straight, right?
Yeah.
The whole salt and lime method, that's dangerous.
Because it was tasty.
Yes.
It's actually pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
You know what? I should go get my my chocolate milk ready.
Yep.
Let's go get some of that poured out real quick.
Oh yeah,
here.
sorry, this isn't tequila, it's avocado water. My bad.
Yes.
Ugh.
Avocado water. Yes. Very subtle. No one will understand this.
Distilled
No.
avocado water.
Exactly.
First, you take the avocados and then you mash them up really hard, and then you filter them through a cheesecloth, and then that's how you get avocado water.
Yep.
But do you put the lime in the coconut?
You actually do also put the lime in the coconut. Yeah. It's a key part of the filtering method.
I see.
So, did you guys actually see? Speaking of the coconut and lime, did you guys actually see that video? Hawaii is fake.
Huh?
Yeah. So, TLDR. 99% of everything we know about Hawaii is invented by the government in a cyber op.
Yep. That's true.
Okay.
I forever thought it was New Hampshire. Or was it Connecticut?
I mean, New Hampshire is.
Yes. But it turns out that the real PSYOP state was Hawaii. Because basically it was just your standard Polynesian drifter island. And so they had, a couple rituals, but no real like unique culture. And pretty much all of the culture, air quotes, that we know about of Hawaii are invented by marketing campaigns from the 1920s and shit, and later.
Yeah.
And the Hawaiians kind of just adopted over time to, get that sweet tourist money.
Yep.
And stuff like pineapples. Hawaii only produces 0.1% of the world's pineapples, and also pineapples are from South America, not Hawaii.
Huh?
Yeah, pineapples are from South America, not Hawaii. Palm trees in Hawaii are fake. They're actually imported from Central America.
Yep.
What else was going on there?
Lime.
And the luau was
the only thing more manufactured than Hawaii is, damn it, I forgot the name of the chick. Damn it, the joke's ruined, of course. The chick who was in Transformers.
Megan
first one?
Fox.
Yeah.
You know what? That's fair. But also on top of that, luau's aren't real. They are a bastardization of the morning feast when a chieftain dies. And then on top of that, another fun little bit of trivia to shut anyone up that would be complaining about these poor Polynesians losing their culture. The culture that they lost, they killed women for daring to eat male-coded foods or eating before men or with men.
Really?
Yep. It was called the
Now, is this all
Tapu
true, or
Laws.
is this a conspiracy theory?
No, this is all true. It was called the Tapu Laws. And effectively, it listed a bunch of different foods that were considered male-coded. And only men were allowed to eat them. And if women ate them, they would be put to death. And if women ate before men during dinner, they'd be put to death. And if women ate during dinner with men, they'd be put to death. And the only time that you were allowed to eat with men was during breakfast and after the chieftain dies.
Civilized people.
And of course, this part of their culture was actually destroyed not by Westerners, but by women. And not because it was sexist or something, but it was actually destroyed during a power struggle when the late chieftain's wife teamed up with the current chieftain's wife the chieftain's mother and wife teamed up together to force the chieftain to eat with them in public, or else obviously get nagged to death at home. In a literal emasculation power grab, in where they basically mocked him in front of the entire tribe and seized power and converted the government system from a patriarchy-led chieftain to a longhouse-style matriarchy with a chieftain puppet.
Nah, good for them.
Well, I mean, that
Not
proceeded to
really.
destroy what was left of their culture in the power struggle, and also
Yeah, I was about
left
to
them
say.
incredibly vulnerable to Western influences, and then taking them over summarily when they no longer
Yeah,
had
but
any
here's the
warriors
thing.
to fight.
That was always going to happen, so at least they stopped getting murdered sooner.
I mean, yeah, I guess, maybe.
I mean,
the
no,
murdering
there's
didn't
really
really
not
stop.
any maybe about it. Like,
No, I mean,
what?
the Westerners moving in didn't really stop the murdering. They just got murdered for different reasons. Western reasons.
The right reasons.
Exactly.
She fought back when I was having some struggle-snuggle with her reasons.
There were oh boy.
Listen, okay,
Oh,
we
man,
needed
there
those
was a set of
pineapples.
jokes I
We needed
almost
the palm
made, and I'm
trees.
like, oh, no,
It was very important.
can't make
It's
this
very
joke
important,
online.
dude. You don't understand, bro. The pineapples, man.
Amazing.
How are we gonna build a Dole fruit company without those Hawaiian pineapples?
I know, right?
True.
Come on now.
That's what the.
Oh wow! The
I'm
Night
sorry, the
Sea
Hello World
Outlaw
was about.
Volume Bingo. A harem that never happens. Villain monologue. Someone get kicked in the nuts. Someone has power to manipulate spaghetti. A character you liked was killed by me. There was a mascot character. I'm really feeling like this person doesn't understand the point of bingo.
No.
Why wasn't there an OP mid-fight power-up? You can't use dance moves in a fight. Oh God, why is he hot? Okay, so written by a woman, so I don't need to read this, sorry. Ever knew swans could sing, neither could the swan until it was isekai'd into the fantasy world. Wow, I'm so glad I'm drinking.
So true. I have no idea what you just said at all.
Yep, don't worry about it.
Great. I love it.
Now hiring
You
space
are-
truckers, a slow burn colony builder.
Okay, so obviously it's garbage AI.
I mean, I kind of like the truck design.
No, I know. I'm just saying. All right, obviously it's a garbage AI truck, but
Sure.
at least that whole thing is like, you know what? This is
Yeah.
okay. Like,
I'm not sure I would read a slow burn colony builder though. Like, I'm not really sure what that means. Like, things don't happen that much. Like,
I assume there's gonna be some kind of like R&D or tech tree or.
I'd assume it'd be a whole bunch of scavenging for crap, and then this is
yeah,
Bro's.
that's just a meme.
It's his novelization of his playthrough of RimWorld or some shit.
Agree orcs are as much of a victim as humans are, or draw 25 cards. How do I draw more cards? Was that supposed to sell me on your story?
Apparently.
Ruling Fantasia without a care in the world, but the MC just walked in with a tiny human. I don't even understand what any of that's supposed to mean, and it doesn't really make me want to find out either.
Yeah.
Let's see what this link is that we got sent here by Mr. Alvor. Oh boy. Someone's using the StarCraft 1 Space Marine.
I see.
Indeed. Speaking of Sign, here's the ads that Sign would see. Okay. Perfect girl, blue eyes, pencil skirt, 1000 PSI bite force, calls you cutie, feared by nations, serial kidnapper. Okay.
I'll admit how they evolve versus how I evolve. Yeah, that is absolutely something you'd
Another
see
story
on my
about
feed.
vampires being hot, creepy old guys stalking girls. Nuh-uh. How about a morally gray story about vampires with heavy topics? What the fuck does that mean? Complex characters, emotion depth, and body horror. Okay, so the only thing in that entire fucking sentence you said that means anything is body horror. Everything else is just vapid dick sucking.
Well, no, he's saying that if this story showed up on my feed, it would actually not be vapid dick sucking, which is the top one. It would be the exact opposite. It'd be an actual story with plot.
No, these are the ads you would see. And this is not stuff you would write. This is the stuff that you would see if you went on RR.
What, motherfucker?
Anyway, an ad for dick sucking. I'm sure Sign would see that one. How they evolve, how I evolve, from fox to fox girl with horns.
Yes.
Sure. Really, I can become your maid. Chapters 117. It's just a fox girl. I mean, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. That ad is possibly the most convincing ad I've seen out of the entire lot you've posted, dude. I'm still not going to read the story, but I'm just saying it's the most convincing. It's not a high bar to reach, though.
So I'm pretty sure I know what that's for.
That's crazy.
It's about some dude who gets reincarnated as into like just a generic fantasy land, and he's going to struggle to bring real technology there. It's like the Baron of Shitville or something. I don't know, some made up town. But I've seen them do a bunch of ads like that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how little that narrows it down?
Yeah, I was about to say that really doesn't.
I didn't give enough of a shit to remember the full title.
And here we have
But
the I recognize that popular tropes are bad. Here's my attempt to spin it and make it work. Just trust me. All right, so we got your classic take on the romantic villainous story called The Villainess is the Villainess.
Okay. So she's actually a villain. Works.
I guess.
Sell me on it.
Realistic
It's
lit
evil white hot.
RPG. That's it. That's the ad. Just the words realistic lit RPG. Again, vapid dick sucking. Realistic lit RPG. It's a different ad. Skill matters. Death matters. Choices matter. Okay, yeah. See, here's the problem, though, right? You're not going to kill the MC. I know you're not going to kill the MC. You know how I know you're not going to kill the MC, author? I know you're not going to kill the MC because this is a literary RPG, which means you can't just jump to a new character. You have to build up a new character from the start all over again, and nobody wants to put in that work.
Yep.
No, fuck that.
So, again, don't make a fucking statement for your story called Choices and Death and Skill Matters. Like, you're gonna fucking kill off characters or something. Is it true about GitHub? What? What the fuck does that mean?
What is
Wait,
blood
what happened to GitHub?
yapping about, huh?
I have no idea. You'll have to explain.
The site is up. I'm on it right now, but what is blood talking about?
Is this how we find out GitHub's about to be shut down in 2 days or something?
It's owned by Microsoft. That's not happening.
Oh.
Microsoft's taking it over. Yeah.
No, it's been owned by Microsoft for years.
Yeah, they've had it for.
Now, are they fucking with it? Probably. Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they take it over fully. I knew they owned it for a while. When I mean more like they take it in, they run it through the industrial shredder that is Microsoft Intelligence. And, out comes the slop paste now called Microsoft Code Hub or something.
Ugh.
I mean, that is fully.
And if you want to access log posting or publishing releases, you have to pay Microsoft $12.99 a month. I'm just making this up, but it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
You say you're making that up.
Yeah, Sign has indeed claimed he is a master at baiting.
Yes. I'm the masturbator.
Yes, he does it every day.
Master debater, too.
At least 5 times.
No.
To Vista.
But is he the initial debater?
No.
No.
But let's see here. We got Mr. Alluviar. Author has written 50 stories for Star Wars, Bleach, Naruto, Harry Potter, Gundam Seed, Star Wars, Game of Thrones, X-Overs, DC, Star Trek, XCOM, Battlestar Galactica, Beats, Bears, and Battle Sauce. Warhammer, Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars The Clone Wars, Mass Effect, Mech Warrior, Stargate, Worm, Code Geass, Avengers, Yojo Senki, and Halo. Things I like. Music,
name of the author?
books, movies, video games, TV shows, fan fiction, obviously. Wow. Guys, did you entertainment?
Wow.
Very bold of him, I'm sure.
No way. That is in
Yeah.
this day and age.
In this day and age.
That
In
is
this
Yeah.
economy?
old.
This profile was originally
choice.
created in 2013 and he has updated it in 2023. So, by being created in 2013, that means he was likely born in 2000, which means he is likely, currently, right now, 25. What
You
I
gotta stop
like to
aging
write
these
fan
people.
fiction wise. Oh, I'm gonna be accurate. Star Wars, Song of Ice and Fire, Harry Potter, Worm, Naruto, Mass Effect are my notable stories. I also post all of my stories to Space Battles, Sufficient Velocity, and Alternate History. Lately, I've been posting about 2 short updates and then combining them into a single chapter here. Keeping the updates short, while not exactly ideal, helps keep me focused on writing frequently. Otherwise, I am distracted with my other hobbies. Which I can only assume is masturbation.
Yeah.
Search me on
Probably.
Patreon.
One
Go ahead and
part
mark
now.
off Patreon.
Fuck my bingo card now. Oh, it's over.
What I'm
Oh.
working on right now, a bunch of shit we'll get to later. While my other stories are not abandoned, I will never get back to them.
What?
Okay,
Here.
fair enough.
That means they're abandoned, dipshit.
Well, you might get back to them someday.
What the actual fuck?
As requested by my fans, I will now include the chronological fanfiction order you should be reading my stories in to understand what's going on in each of them. My Gundam Seed Destiny crossover, which is a prequel for my Rogue Knight Swoder story.
Oh my god, shut up. Everything you're saying is cancer.
And then there's a Song of Sith and Thrones, a crossover of Game of Thrones using the Veil form early in RK, One Day Awakening in Body of Robert Baratheon, Second Legitimate
Baratheon.
Son. Yeah, I can't be fucked to pronounce that correctly. Even after an overhaul by Grammarly and clanning up some things, the story suffers from initially planning not to have the Force in the story.
Yeah.
So how exactly were you going to have reincarnation happen and not include Force in the story?
I would love to know.
Because fuck you, that's why.
It's not even a Swoder story. It's just a Star Wars prequel trilogy with his Old Republic Sith OC. Every word you've made me utter just makes it worse. On second
oh,
thought,
God.
doing so would have made Duran, the protagonist, no different than any other self-insert and waste the concept of a Star Wars crossover. It needs more overhauls to be cleaned up. Yes. Alternatively, drop the story because a Jedi in Game of Thrones is kind of...
Kind of retarded.
Yeah.
I
Kind
mean,
of
you
OP.
could pull it off. Oh, God. You could pull it off, but, ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
AI, what the hell?
Total balance, man. Oh boy, I'm sure. Oh, he flips between light and dark at the drop of a hat. Of course he does. Of course, obviously.
So
you
he's
know,
as
that's one-
schizophrenic as a regular Swoder character.
Indeed, indeed.
Oh boy. That's what that galaxy needs more of.
Yes.
Listen, I
Um,
select the option that provides me the most profit with the least dead children.
I will never forget that
Why
one
the
quest.
least? Come on now.
I will never forget that one quest you can do as a bounty hunter, where you show up to the NPC and you go through all this dialogue with him, and then you can just be like, you can tell it. You have like three options of, I'm not done yet, or no, I'm not doing this for you. I've already finished it, or pay me more. And then you can extort him like 5 times in total. And then at the end, you're just like, oh yeah, by the way, thanks for the money, but I've already done it.
Honestly, no. I think my favorite, like, the two best evil money-making options in all of Knights of the Old Republic. The first is in Knights of the Old Republic 1, and the second is in Knights of the Old Republic 2. Right? They're just blatantly horrific ways to make money. I think I've talked about this before, but Sneaky, you remember the widow who asked you to sell her husband's hunting trophy?
Yeah.
So for people who don't know, like, you go to Tatooine and there's this lady, she's like, I want to get off the planet with my kids, but I need money to do that. My husband killed this thing. I think I could get like 500 credits for it, but I'm not a hunter. It would cost me a bunch of money to register as a hunter. Can you please sell this for me? And you can go in, you can sell it, and you do in fact get 500 bucks for it. And there's like a super light option, a light option, a sort of dark, and a full dark option. The super light option is it was worth double what you thought. Here's $1,000 to get off of the shithole that is Tatooine. There's the light side option of, hey, it was worth exactly what you said. Here's the money. There's the dark side of option of it was worth half of what you thought and you pocket 250 credits. And then there's the full dark side option of it was worth exactly what you thought. Thanks for 500 bucks, moron.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Like that one's great to me. Listen, it's not the most money you can make with dark side actions in that game.
It's
not.
literally nothing. 500 is pocket change.
It's not, but it's the most entertaining to me because of how much effort they put into it. And my favorite being walking up to them and going, "It was worth exactly what you thought. Thanks, moron."
Oh, what
The
was
other
this
one-
Zerka one in the first one?
Oh, that the Zerka one involves you selling out the Sand People to Zerka to kill them for money, and you get a bounty for every gaffy stick you bring back.
No. I'm talking it was when you landed on Kashyyyk, and then if you had Zalbar in your party, and you like,
Oh, yeah.
you negotiated with Zerka, and then you had an option to just kill them all, and Zalbar's like, on one hand, you negotiated with Zerka. On the other hand, you killed them all after giving them your word. I'm really conflicted on this right now.
Yeah. The other one from Knights of the Old Republic 2 is it's in the very it's on Terrace Station. It's right after the tutorial. You can find this dude who has a quest. And he's like, "Oh my god, I feel so bad. Oh, gee, citizen, what do you feel bad about? I sold my girlfriend into slavery to pay off my gambling debts. I think I'm a bad person.
Yeah, you're a horrible fucking person.
Right? And like you as the player character, like it's just the slow head rotate of really. But there's the guy, right? And it's a dude who just really loves gambling. And you can be like, look, I will buy this woman out from you. I don't want her to be a slave. And he's like, okay, I will let you buy her out, but I'm going to charge you triple. And you can then instead go, okay, that's insane. I'll play you for the contract. And he's like, great. You put up, I think it's like 5,000 credits. I put up the contract. That's what she's worth. Cool. Great. And if you beat him, you get the contract. You can just keep that contract and continuously go back to Terra Station and collect her earnings from dancing.
Yeah.
And by the way,
electing
to keep a human being as a slave somehow doesn't immediately send you to the maximum bottom of dark side. Like, it's not even worth that much.
No, it's
in the
barely
grand
even a
scheme
blip.
of the dark
mean,
side
yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I don't know if they're adding some kind of like existential like, well, you didn't enslave her, you just opted to keep her enslaved, which is less bad than doing it yourself. Like, I don't know what.
Yeah, technically
keeping the status
speaking,
quo.
she got herself in that situation.
No, she didn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, she didn't. Her boyfriend just did it when gambling, and she woke up with exchange thugs at her door.
Let's go gambling.
Well,
Let's
maybe
go
next time
gambling.
don't date a piece of shit.
Yes, but you don't always know someone's a piece of shit. Like, sign, come on now.
I mean, you're gambling on Terrace Station, and the only people who run gambling on Terrace Station is the exchange. I'm sorry. I kind of feel like that's you should have seen this coming.
You knew what you're getting into.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, he could have just not
issue.
told her that she was gay. Like, my point is, there's all kinds of things that, like, for crying out loud, how many people start a relationship, the first 3 months are great, and then 5 months in, you find out that they're a fucking lunatic. Like, that's a real problem. But
he should have just
beside
won.
the point.
Honestly, he should have just won.
Yeah, just win.
I mean, he should have just won. Yes, you're right. But
literal skill issue.
My favorite part is that this is not technically a dark side option. And it is, in fact, a light side option after you get the contract, huh? Okay, right? You get this contract. And you go back to the guy, and you're like, hey, I got the contract. I freed your girl. And he's like, great, I'm going right over to her house. You can convince her to get back with him. And that's somehow light side points.
Ah, of course.
That's a light side option.
Look, I think it's the Force telling you
what
that she's got some heavy karmic weight on her, you know?
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
deeply possible.
Could be.
She was probably a Sith Lord in her past life, to be honest. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Entirely possible. But yeah, no.
Base Hitler right there.
That entire sequence of event, like everything that happens in that entire chain, I just love because it's just like, wait, what? No, hang on, what? Wait, no, what? It just keeps going. It just keeps getting worse.
So, speaking of getting worse, I just realized Vale is their character name.
Yeah.
Except they named him Veal.
Veal.
Ah.
Veil.
Am I missing something here? What?
So Veal is their Sith OC from their sequel Star Wars story to their Destiny Gundam Seed crossover.
Yeah, no. But Sneaky, you said it's Veil.
Yeah.
That's how you spell
Why are you
veal.
pronouncing it veal? That is literally how you spell veil, as in a length
Wait.
of cloth worn by a woman to cover the head.
Come
That is
on.
veil. Veil.
How does I before E except after C fail me now?
Because you're
Except in
retarded.
special cases.
Except
Yeah,
fucking
as in
hate the
neighbor
special
and
cases.
way and
Everyone hates them because
veil.
it's stupid.
Welcome to English, buddy.
I know.
I want to get off this ride. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed.
Don't worry, it's not better anywhere else.
It's worse everywhere else.
I expect
Anyway.
it's worse everywhere else because I don't want to pick up English. It's like, I know your language probably sucks, but oh my god, English has
Yeah,
rules
you
that
want to learn
contradict
German?
everywhere.
Yeah, here's 476 grammar cases. Go fuck yourself.
476 grammar cases.
Yeah, I was over exaggerating. It's only like 14. In Finnish, it's like literally 100 or something.
Well, I mean,
that's not a real
everyone can be
language.
happy they're not Chinese, because the Chinese keep having this problem is whenever they make computers, they basically have to either make an English keyboard or they have to make the Chinese lexicon keyboard, in where you have to press various keys multiple times to get the correct character, because they have too many characters that can't be broken down into actual keys to fit on a keyboard with.
Yep. And every single combination of every single syllable, I guess, is has 4 different ways of pronouncing it, which has 4 different meanings.
Yep. Yeah,
which is how your mother is pronounced almost the same as horse.
Yes. You ever heard of the lion poem?
Yes, I have in fact heard of the lion poem. Translated into English, this means that the lion rapes the barking dog.
No, it translated to English, it means that a young man named Shi went to the market and saw a lion in the market and wanted to buy a piece of steak or something. Like, it's just like, what? Wait, what the?
Now,
like, I don't know, maybe my ears are fucking dead, but I'm listening to this person say the word she. I'm like, I can't hear a difference between any of your she's. How the fuck is someone supposed to understand Chinese?
I know where that's from. That's not Chinese, that's Japanese. And
No, it's Chinese.
Same, but different. No, it's Japanese. I know exactly what
Chinese.
it's Chinese. About.
It's literally the Chinese lion poem.
It's Chinese, you stupid ass fuck.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, here we go.
Yep.
I have it right here. Go away, Facebook. This is Chinese. Yeah, it's. Can we just get the picture? No, we can't. Of course, we can't just get the picture. Maybe this will link better. Why would I ever think that? That was my bad. Maybe that'll link better. No, why would I ever think that? That's my bad.
Now, to be fair, in English, buffalo, 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 buffalo is a grammatically correct sentence.
Yes, you're not wrong on that, and that was true in the 1700s due to cultural relevancies. But it's not true anymore.
Tragic.
There are syllables in European languages that require you to learn that language first to pronounce them.
Yeah.
Isn't that
that's true.
normal?
It's pretty normal, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we have 3 extra letters you guys don't have.
Yeah, you can keep them.
Yeah, we will keep them actually. You know what? Yeah. Actually, Fucking your teen girls are committing terrorism on our language because of 21 pilots and their abuse of the letter It's the O with the slash through it. Right, this.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's an actual letter in Scandinavian languages, and your teen girls are abusing it. I have been actually, unironically, mistaken for a 21 Pilots fan once because I used the letter in a word, and I wanted to strangle that person so
Were
badly.
they English or were they, Norge?
Yeah, no, they were American or some shit. I don't fucking
okay.
know. Like it was not somebody from here, obviously.
I mean, you never know.
But yeah. You never know, but you can fucking tell.
I mean, that's fair.
It's pretty damn obvious. Emily, 13, from California, is not a Norwegian native.
That's fair.
You know.
Why were you talking to a 13-year-old?
That was an example. But anyway.
No.
Listen. I was just there to buy a muffin, bro. I was just there to buy a muffin.
Oh, of course. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You redeemed too soon.
Oops. Sir, I was not redeeming that. No.
My other self-insert stories. I am a super Krogan now is a worm self-insert based on a choose-your-own-adventure Mass Effect story where I began to write for fun and chill off after my mother died in April. What do you mean, chill off? After your mother died? Did you kill your mom?
No.
Sneaky.
I just think it's really weird.
Come on, Sneaky. That kills people.
Indeed. Who knew being in Rex's body and having his memories and all of that fun stuff makes for a lot of Krogan-like responses? I'm not sure how to respond to that. Who knew that having Rex's body, Rex's memories, and Rex's powers would lead me to acting like a Krogan?
Damn, I thought it'd lead me to acting like a Quarian.
Yeah, I'm genuinely baffled on this one. I'm gonna be real. Like, that's... What?
Kind of fucking obvious?
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of really, really fucking obvious. Yeah. Kind of so obvious that you're really sitting there asking, why are you telling me that?
Can I take off this gaming cancer yet?
No, we'll get that when we read the stories.
Fuck.
It would be hilarious to see a Krogan acting like a Buddhist monk after someone isekais into them.
That's dumb.
Why?
You're dumb.
Well, no, hold on there. I'm a little bit confused. Why would they act like a Buddhist monk? Is it because they were a Buddhist monk? I feel like that's important to specify.
Yeah, that would kind of be important.
Yeah, because like right now you're just like, oh, well, someone isekais in them, and they're like, I'm going to be a Buddhist monk now that I'm a Krogan.
Oh, wait, I think it's just by comparison, maybe? Like, compared to a normal Krogan, this guy acts like a monk.
Sure. Flip side, Buddhist monks are the violent ones. I mean, well, that's
Yep.
the Shaolin, but
So
yeah.
yes. Well,
So I mean,
Buddhists will throw down too. Usually it's self-defense, but get people of certain religions and groups into the same room with them, and they will throw the fuck down.
yeah, that's true. But
They have a saying for that.
I'm aware.
You can't sleep beside a rabid dog.
Are you drinking?
No, I drank something and now I have the fucking hiccups.
Whether by literal monk or by comparison, I mean, okay. Monkey. Yeah. As for why, because that's how they were in their past life. I mean, yeah, I'm sure.
Hey, Sneaky.
Yeah.
Fun RimWorld fact. Complete
Yeah.
side note. Did you know brains aren't actually counted as internal organs in RimWorld?
What are they counted
So
as?
Well,
a
that's scary.
pawn's brain can get injured without their head or skull being injured first. And every brain injury scars, which means that any hit on a pawn has a random chance to cause a brain scar. There is no armor that protects the brain itself, which means the brain is considered an external body part.
I
What
mean,
the fuck?
considering some of the shit that happens with pawns, I would believe that the brain is an external organ.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
It makes sense. I was just, I just thought it was pretty funny that,
Oh no,
it's not actually an
deeply
internal organ.
interesting fact. Like,
Yeah. It's like,
how did you mess that one up, boys?
You never know. You never know.
No, now that I'm thinking about it, like, none of the organs require their containing air quotes body part to be damaged before they are. Do they?
I'm pretty sure they should be protected by, like, whatever armors on the outside if they are counted as internal organs. I don't know the list of what is actually considered an internal organ.
Well, because the thing is I've seen pawns take damage before in where their heart got blown out of their chest, but their chest didn't actually take damage.
I mean,
Yeah, I've seen that before.
reasonable, honestly.
So I think it's more everything just has a percentile chance to be damaged, and it's not actually like a layered system. Despite the fact that they have layers already for skin, outer, and... Was it skin, outer, and clothing? Skin, outer, and inner? Yeah, skin, outer, and inner. It already has 3 layers for clothing, but to be fair as well, apparently someone recently actually looked at the code for how armor is calculated, and they realized that armor is calculated based on the outermost layer. So even if you're wearing a Kevlar vest and you have a Kevlar trench coat over it, it will only ever count the Kevlar trench coat unless it hits somewhere that the Kevlar trench coat doesn't cover, but the vest does.
Big.
Well, that's dumb.
Yes, it was very dumb. And then someone recompiled all of the armor code into actually taking into account each layer.
I'm sure their pawns became invincible.
Yes, basically. Turns out,
of course, that would make the enemy invincible too.
Yes. Well, I mean, it turns out that if you actually put steel armor on every joint of the pawn, and then send them in with a sword, that actually does make them incredibly difficult to kill. Shocker of shockers.
That's the point.
How strange. We all
This is
know
why the
that
thick armor
plate
mod is
mail was
based. I
quickly
know.
abandoned,
Oh, and the
whereas it did absolutely nothing. They
Yeah,
actually found
we
out
caught
that it
none of
was
that.
more effective to slather themselves in oil and sprint naked at the enemy, although that had more to do with making the French question their sexuality.
They didn't need help with that. Were
It
you
made
talking
it an
about
unignorable problem for them.
were you talking about plate mail versus guns?
No.
Oh,
Plate mail was used against guns for a long time.
yeah,
They
Yeah,
actually
no,
had to specifically test it against guns.
yes.
I was
Like, if
making
you
a
bought
joke.
it, it didn't have the. Oh,
I know that plate mail was deeply effective against guns until you start getting into like actual like real proper rifled barrels.
Well, it wasn't even real proper rifled barrels. It was our early plate mail was weak to guns because, well, shocker of shockers, late century plate mail was actually built with guns in mind. But also the guns they were using back then were not even called guns yet. They were called hand cannons. And
hand cannons.
they were pretty dog shit, all things considered. Like the only upside of a
fuck your day
hand
up.
cannon was that it
Sneaky
was
completely ignoring the arquebus. So sad.
the hand
So
cannon
sad.
came out before the arquebus, Britta.
It's the same fucking thing. Hand cannon is just a hand cannon. Wow. German name doesn't change anything.
Sure does.
We'll see. What does the almighty Google say? The arquebus was easier to wield than the hand cannon and trained soldiers with and dominated early on battlefields.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, literally the hand cannon was replaced in the 1520s by the arquebus, a more advanced matchlock firearm. So, yes, I
Me
was
and the
right.
boys with the hand cannon.
Hand
Sure.
cannon. Yeah,
But yeah,
as you can see by the early depictions of
Gun.
them, they were kind of really fucking awful.
Stick with cannon.
yeah, no, like as dumb as it sounds, like
I mean, it's
there's a reason.
marginally better than the Chinese fire lance,
Yes, but
which
right,
Yes.
is literally a firework on a spear.
Yes.
Oh, that is impressive.
there, right, you've got in Warhammer, the old world as it's now called, there's a reason that people had that they call
Musket.
it the handgun and handgunners because that's it. That's history.
Well, no.
Like-
Handgunners is actually taking inspiration from the early miniaturization efforts for firearms.
Yes, it's not perfect 1-to-1. But I mean the actual name handgunners is based off of that because they originally started with it was hand gone in Warhammer. I mean, it like GONNE because there was a
Yeah.
bastardization of dwarfish, and dwarves sold humans like literal hand cannons.
Yeah.
Because oh hey, humans are actually tall enough to make use of this, not guns. And then humans eventually got to the point of guns and rifled barrels and all that.
Great. Oh, where is my GIF? Where's my funny GIF?
Despite what you may have heard recently, brains are in fact protected by armor. Yes. Yeah.
Where's my GIF? I have the perfect response to this here somewhere. There we go. Perfect.
Yes. Honestly, what wouldn't even surprise me is if people were just digging up knowledge from like Alpha 14 or something back in the day, back before they refactored the code 19 times. I wouldn't even be surprised it was true at one point. So
Entirely possible.
yeah. Anyway, point being is that once again I'm right. I reign the champion. Let's see what kind of stories we got from this. So this is a real OG legit profile here. He has maxed out his publicly displayed story amount, and he's got 206 favorite authors here. Shockingly, I'm pretty sure he's actually deleted much of it. We didn't see any of the garbage copy pastas. We didn't see the mile-long biography journal entry about their day. We didn't see them deny being gay 97 times in the same paragraph.
Or claim they were gay 97 times in the same paragraph.
That too.
Now
that also happened.
Now, here's the question. If they deny it 99 times and posit it and say that they are 98 times, which is true?
Obviously they're gay.
Whichever has more.
I mean, we're not getting a full answer till we get to at least 107.
Yes. Ultimately, it's whichever one they are is whichever one they said the 69th time.
Well, also true, but I mean, frankly, if you have to say you're not gay 98 times, you're probably gay. Like, I don't really think it even matters if you say you are gay 97 times or 99 times. It's just.
I mean, look, if you say you are gay, then you probably are gay. To be honest, let's be real here.
Yeah, that's also true.
It's sort of like this thing called admitting it.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's like 2:40 a.m. I'm gonna hop off.
You do that.
Later.
Terrific night.
Let's see, we got Rogue Knight: Return of the Sith, a Star Wars Gundam Seed crossover. Oh, yeah, we're not reading that. Falling Shadows, a Warhammer 40k Star Wars self-insert where I take my character from SWOTR and put them into Conrad Cruz 2 decades before the heresy.
It's fucking dumb.
Yeah, we're not reading that one either. Will of Fire, a Naruto Star Wars AU, in which Haruzen Sarutobi awakens with the memories of my self-insert OC. Honestly, not much would change. Unless you're saying that the personality of the memories he awakened would overpower Saruzen's long-set personality, then I guess things would change, but, like, you know, Haruzen waking up one day and being like, oh shit, I know how to shoot lightning from my fingers now, wouldn't really, and the rest of the Sith Lord shit wouldn't really make him blink unless he was doing some really wild shit like draining people's essence or something, you know?
You'd think he had a bad dream.
Yeah, the Genjutsu.
Yep, Genjutsu. Then he'd go to a Yamanaka and they'd dig in and figure it out and fix it. Problem solved.
Then he would eat their souls. One blah blah blah. Reunion in Fire, a Star Wars Halo crossover. Those are always handled so well. For 30 years, humanity led by the UNSC has fought against the Covenant. The Covenant glassed hundreds of colonies and killed billions. No, they killed trillions. Trillions. Humanity is losing the war. At the same time, in a galaxy far away, the Federated Empire rises from the ashes of the Clone Wars and the Black Rebellion.
Huh?
Of course they are. So it's an AU of what if their SWOTR Sith Jedi OC went into the Clone Wars, started a third faction, took over the Sith side, and then created the Empire, but this time they're really good and they're going to do it right.
Fucking dumb.
And it is at this time the last of the precursors decide to intervene by opening a portal between the two galaxies.
Once again, bringing Star Wars in. Okay. Fundamental problem. Whenever you move Star Wars out of Star Wars, what are you doing with the Force? That is the single most important question.
Very true.
It's just going to work as it did
doing?
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's usually the answer.
Does it work? Does it not work? Right? You got to ask that. You got to answer that question. And then once you've answered that question,
don't worry
you got
about
to think
it.
about how does that going to affect everything else in the world? Gee, how would humanity being able to make a bunch of space wizards affect the Human Covenant War?
No, don't worry about it. It's not going to change anything.
Hey, you know who I bet would be really interested in making superhuman space wizards?
Oh God, no, not her. Not Halsey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you No, like genuinely. Do you like Halsey would immediately go to the Spartans and be like, "Okay, listen. I know we killed your sex drive. We didn't make you sterile. If it's a female, the men need to start getting to it. And if it's a woman, they need to. And if it's a man, the female Spartans need to start lining up because she's gonna make 4 Spartans.
4 Spartans. Yeah, that would be a thing that happened.
Now, to be clear, I understand that the newly born Jedi children would possess none of the Spartans' augmentations. Halsey would try to find a way to make it genetically inheritable, and B, even if she couldn't find a way to do that, she would abso-fucking-lutely make sure that those kids had all the genetic markers necessary, and as soon as those kids hit, like, I don't know, 7,
well, I mean,
they're
actually,
going into the Spartan program under the tender, loving care of Mendez.
I wouldn't even be shocked at all if Halsey started experimenting on the developing fetus, because if you get it in quick enough and you do the gene edits early enough, you could theoretically make the fetus self-propagate. Propagate. Look, I'm a little drunk, okay? You gotta give me a break here. I am trying.
That's why we're
really
giving you
hard.
the word.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying.
We're giving you the word because we know you can't produce it.
Propagate. I'm pretty sure you can get it to propagate. You know, using sci-fi magic. You know,
obviously,
as a natural gene edit at that point if you get it early enough. Because I mean, that was pretty much the issue with the initial Spartans. Is it was like, well, they're fucking kids already. If we could have gotten them earlier, that would have been even better. Because like once they've been gene treated, then they grow as they should according to the gene instead of as they should according to the the normal genes. And the main issue with the Spartans was some of them would just revert at the wrong times while they were growing.
Yeah. Well, And the horrific surgeries.
Well, yeah. Obviously, they're horrific surgeries, but the failures on the horrific surgeries were again more because of the bodies not being able to withstand the stress that they performed on them. The Covenant, when they see Simon glance in their direction, indeed. Yeah,
but
no,
all that
it's just...
suffice to say, you gotta, right, if you do include the Force, you gotta immediately handle that question of what does Halsey eugenics is totally okay when I'm doing it. Supreme bitch do with that.
What do you think she does? She immediately starts breeding Force sensitives.
Yeah. She immediately starts breeding horses.
What?
Don't worry about it.
How drunk are you?
A little bit.
Alright.
Let's see who we got here. That's lame. Stargate SG-1 Star Wars, so I'm sure this is gonna go great. Stars Bound in Shadow. The Stargate show implied the timeline we saw on screen was the best timeline. We outricks saw many realties when various decisions and bad luck either doomed Earth or saw it pay much higher price for its eventual ascension as galactic power. This is a story of one of those realities where sheer luck and relying on last minute... This man's black.
Why do you say that, Sneaky?
Certain spelling decisions. So anyway, basically the story is that his super cool, powerful OC from the Sith shows up in Stargate and sits up everywhere.
That sounds fucking dumb.
Well, much like every other story this man makes. Yes. It literally... Almost all 50 of these stories is just my super cool OC Sith from SWOTR goes to blank and is Sith. Star Trek, but I'm a Sith. Star Wars The Clone Wars. Fractured Galaxies 1, Star Wars Legend, Rebel Knights AU. Wait, so now we're having fan canon AUs of the fan canon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fucking Christ, man. The Iron Sith version 2!
V2.
My Sith OC takes over Tony Stark after he is kidnapped in Afghanistan. He has to survive and save his new home in a timeline where Thanos is actually good at his job, Hydra is actually good at their job, and they're totally convinced of their cause.
Hydra was quite good at their job.
Thanos was pretty good at his job. I mean,
you know what? We're done here. We're done with this shit here. Instead, we're gonna mock someone on Space Battles.
Oh no.
So anyone who's on Science server might know what I'm about to talk about. So there was a story on Space Battles that was recently recommended to me, and that story involved German ship girls.
Oh no.
Ah.
Oh no.
And The best way to describe the story is an autistic leftist who is obsessed with German ship girls, but is also really concerned about people thinking that he's a Nazi for it, and wants everyone to know at all times that he's definitely not a Nazi. He just really likes German ship girls. He's not a Nazi. He thinks Nazis are bad. He's not a Nazi. He just likes the German ship girls. He's not a Nazi. He's not a Nazi. Wrote the story.
He's Nazi a Nazi?
Yeah.
He did not see a Nazi.
He did not see that coming.
He did get a Yahtzee, though.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, so it's awful, in case you weren't picking up what I was putting down. It's an awful story. The dialogue is frankly terrible. Taylor gets, lockered. She gets her power. Her power ends up being the ability to kidnap the physical representations of the ship girls in the world. So, they're parts that made up the ship. And they re-manifest under her control as a ship girl. With all of the opinions of said crew from said era. Now, the author wants you to know they are not a Nazi. They will, however, be accurately depicting the Nazis that manned the ship girls. But they're not a Nazi, and they want you to know they're not a Nazi because they're not a Nazi. They just really like the ship girls.
The German ones, specifically.
German ones, specifically, yes.
Methinks he doth protest too much?
A little bit.
No. He protests a lot because of where he is.
Yeah, space
It's
battles.
SP. If he doesn't protest enough, he'll get banned.
And so here's the problem, right? Is that the author is hyper projecting Wildbow style onto Taylor. And almost all of Taylor's narrative and dialogue is about Nazis. And how she's not a Nazi. And how the ship girls are Nazis, but she's not a Nazi. And she wants to associate with the ship girls because she's lonely, but that doesn't make her a Nazi. And the ship girls are Nazis, but she's not a Nazi. But she doesn't want to not interact with the ship girls because that would also make her a Nazi for some reason.
She doesn't want to not see her ship girls.
Yes, indeed. And so basically every conversation boils down to her calling the ship girl a Nazi at some point and then claiming internally in the narrative that she isn't one. Danny comes in from while she's in the hospital and just instantly is like, it's all right, Taylor, I accept that you're a Nazi and I'm a terrible father for letting you become a Nazi instead of realizing that a black girl was bullying you, and it's okay that you're a Nazi, and I'm not disowning you for being a Nazi, but you shouldn't be a Nazi, but I'm just saying I, as a father, accept you being a Nazi, but you're not a Nazi and you shouldn't be one.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Taylor is like, oh my god, by talking to this Nazi ship girl, I become a Nazi by proximity. But if I don't talk to the Nazi ship girl, then she's going to follow me around Nazi-like and be a Nazi. So I'm going to have to talk to the Nazi ship girl, and I just want everyone to know that I'm not a Nazi, and I think Nazis are bad.
She will follow me around, goose-stepping everywhere.
So anyway, finally, she initially doesn't want the Nazi ship girl to go out and do raiding missions, as the ship girl put it, because she is a sub. And, if you remember history, the subs were kind of famous for raiding missions.
Yeah.
Yes. And so
No, child, there
Eventually,
will be none of that.
she decides she will let them do a raiding mission, but only against black people.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
Oh, you mean the
And-
merchants?
Yes. And she then also gives them orders to not interact with the Asians or the Nazis. Because the best way to prove to people that you're not a Nazi is to not fight the Nazis. And then only fight the
Yes.
black people.
Yes.
She's
that's
not a
the word.
Nazi.
But you see, I am not the Nazi.
And then the author also goes out of their way at one point to have the German ship girls berate the E-88 for not being Nazi enough. And wearing the Nazi culture like a costume instead of truly believing in it.
Oh my god.
Oh.
But he's not a Nazi. The author's not a Nazi. The author wants to make that clear. They're not a Nazi. They just think that the E-88 is a bad job of doing Nazi stuff.
Oh.
I wouldn't be mad if they were doing a good job of it, but you're doing a terrible job of it.
Let me
And
show
then
you how
it's-
to do it right.
And then at some point, she summons a installation, even though the ship girls never actually get one of those.
No installations are all abyssals.
Yeah. But anyway, she summons an installation, and it kidnaps the actual dock and harbor in Germany. Well, what used to be Germany. Right? Does Germany have a coastline?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah?
I'm not. Yeah, I was pretty sure Germany had a coastline, but I was like, wait, is that actually just Belgium? Am I forgetting Belgium is not Germany? Am I pulling a 1949 right now? But anyway, yeah. So she kidnaps the entire harbor, accidentally, of course, from modern Germany, and teleports it into Brockton Bay as part of her power. And it just so happens that when she did that, she found 100,000 tons of Nazi gold in the warehouse of the harbor, just sitting there. And so the author makes a point for Taylor in 2011, alternative future, past, history, AU, where the Cold War never happened, that she donates all of the Nazi gold to the Jews of Israel because they stole it from gypsies. The author's not a
And
Nazi.
Jews.
I'm done.
He said gypsies and Jews.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, this is too much. I kind of worry that when I accurately portray a character in Worm, certain neurotic readers might think I'm being supportive if every other sentence isn't a condemnation of said characters. I got banned for that from that server for saying that I would rather live in Germany than in India in Worm. I mean,
fair.
yeah, isn't like India like actually genuinely
fucking
one of
bad.
the worst places to live in Worm? Like the only
Yeah,
worst
it's
place to
above
live in Worm could be
Africa.
Africa, yeah.
But not by much.
Wouldn't the E-88 try and claim Taylor as one of their own? Well, they could certainly try and claim her, except basically every sentence out of her mouth was how she's not a Nazi and how she hates Nazis. China was worse. Actually, I don't think China was
Yeah.
worse all that much. Like to the
Well,
average
if you were a
Chinaman.
cape.
Well, yeah, if you were a cape in China, you'd be fucked. But like the average Chinaman, it's pretty much the same as living in China in modern day.
Yeah. It's only if you're a cape that it gets really, really bad.
Yeah, then you get kidnapped
brainwashed.
and brainwashed, and yeah. But like the average Chinese citizen is pretty much in the same position as they were in either world. So but yeah, so yeah, that was that story. I wanted to shit on that author real quick because that I fucking hate that author. It's rather too negative about the Russian Reformation. 1,000 years of peace is an achievement, even if it turns into a decline. Both the Republic and the Core are not a villain. The Outer Rim is not the hero.
Yeah, this retard is basically saying the Core and the Republic did nothing wrong. And Tanya's wrong for pointing out all the shit up.
That they're doing wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure. But yeah, anyway, we will reconvene on Friday because there is always more.